Yo, it's your boy, Lynx, back at it again with another video, and today we are playing some more NationStates. Yes, we are back in the beautiful land of Swagtopia. The corporate bordello that we all know and love. Without further ado, let's get back right into the issues. Ooh, wait, let's look at some of these. We got some achievements over the past few days while we were away. Nice. We're ranked in the top 10% of the world in highest drug use. Good to know, good to know. Keep blazing, everybody. Ooh, we got some interesting fantastic beasts and how Swagtopia harmed them. Interesting. A shopping expose on a tourist attraction, Ocean World has revealed the mistreatment of captive orcas and other marine animals. Your officers have since faced a tidal wave of complaints demanding government action. This is torture, shouts some loser. These poor and mistreated creatures can't experience their natural habitat and frankly live solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short lives. They can handle living in the wilderness and thrive better there. We must end these inhuman captivity programs. The same can go for zoos, circuses, and aquariums too. You can't do that, you ignorant whale lovers, pleads a pirate, I assume. If you ban institutions like Ocean World, how are endangered species going to survive in this big bad world? Isn't it better that their populations thrive in our viewing tanks rather than struggling in prime fishing waters? Besides, your average Swagtopian will never get the chance to see these animals except at the zoo. Do you want to deny them that experience? Not to mention zoos and conservation programs like ours are a great way to get people interested in government. Everyone wins with Ocean World. Except for my reading abilities, apparently. Perhaps there could be a compromise. Alright, this man's speaking sense. Ending zoos would harm the tourism industry, and we can't deny that these programs help endangered species. Why don't we set a limit on what animals they take? Specifically, the endangered ones. I'm sure that we can also force tougher standards to ensure Ocean World treats animals humanely as well. Okay, so this is a very interesting argument. Oh, so let me just peek at Audacity real quick. Yep, we're still going. Okay, but like, this is a very interesting problem in that, they're right. It's a very complex issue. See, zoos don't exactly have the best, like, standards. At least not like all of them. Like, if high quality zoos are extraordinarily good to animals, like this is, conservation efforts have been essential in bringing back endangered species. Which wouldn't be endangered. Well, I mean, there's an argument to, like, you know, human intervention in the first place. You know, should we even be helping endangered species to begin with? But you know, that's an argument for another day. But for what they do, when it's done right, zoos and other conservation efforts are very good for the animals, and they're a good way to get people to learn about these animals in a safe environment. You know, and we get to learn. You know, it's overall just a good thing. The fact that some outliers stand in the way of that, I feel like, if anything, I would just, like, crack down on, like, just, like, the living conditions. Like, just crack down on the people who are performing lackluster living experiences. Because, let's not get it twisted, you know. A good zoo is much better, like, galaxies better than some, like, just living in the wild. Like, let's not get that twisted. Like, the lifespans of animals are much longer in the zoos. They have, a lot of the time, much greater quality of life, and not to mention the fact that they're under constant care and protection. You know, a zebra is not going to have to worry about being eaten by a lion out in the wild because it's in the zoo. So, you know, there's, like, the only argument against these zoos is that you know, some of them have less than less standards than we would want. And for that, I'd say, I'm notorious and we can't deny it. Setting a limit on what animals they take. No, because we should be taking, unless I'm misinterpreting this, we should be taking the endangered species, especially if they are endangered, you know, to preserve them in you know, captivity. I'm definitely not going with this guy. See, I really like number 2. But I'm not sure what this actually entails. Like, knowing nation states, this could mean anything from, like, we just turn a blind eye to the torture and the bad living experiences and give them money even, or, like, it's very hard to pick out an outcome with these guys. But I also don't really like the compromise, so I'm just gonna go with this one. Hopefully this gives us a boost. Whales in captivity live a little more than glorified. See, like, damn it. Whatever. School buses set on fire. Blah, blah, blah. The good. Hey, okay, we're at least getting some. Government cuts eco waste. We're getting some good outcomes at least. Prioritize the environment over the economy. See, and that's weird. Like, sometimes you get mixed signals from all of these outcomes. So, okay, looks like I did do the right thing. I'm glad. Prioritize the environment over the economy. What? Isn't that like an entire industry? Yeah, all of my industry went up. See, like, you get so many mixed signals. Whatever. Open a pack. Why not? Bloop, 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 bloop. No Brumel, so I don't care. Alright, next issue. Diving for Thora and Ellis. Thora and Ellis. Why not? The cross-country crime spree of 2 women, Thora Dobbs and Ellis Toon, kept the nation hooked on their TV set for several days and ended up in a tragedy with their joint suicide pact. The unfolding story has given the pair a strange anti-hero celebrity status, with many tearful, insightful fans laying flower wreaths and shell casings around the burnt-out wreckage of their car. The press are awaiting a statement from your office on the matter. Feel like it's just best for the government to stay silent. I mean, a government stance isn't really necessary on an issue like this. It doesn't really make sense to chime in. You're just gonna rile people up. I mean, if the mass is doing, let the mass do what the mass do, I guess. So we're just gonna dismiss that. I might just delete that that issue. Who knows? Illegal file sharing flares. Interesting. A surprise raid conducted on ISP, internet service providers, over the last week in Swagtopia shows that more than 30% of all internet data transfers in Swagtopia at one time or another is used by illegal file shares to illegally distribute files, mostly songs. Damn it, I cannot read tonight to save my life. What we need to do is hack their computers and format their hard drives. People need to be taught to not mess with the law. This is theft, pure and simple, and they are not only having our revenue to the tune of billions of swag bucks, but you are also stealing a few hundredth of a swag bus from the artists for every song they steal. Think of the starving artists. Shut your damn dirty mouth, you. Yo, dude, like, don't be hating, man. We're like going to change the whole structure of our society. Everything should be like publicly available to like everybody, dude. Copyrights are so like uncool, man. We need to get rid of them. That'd totally be radical and cool as well. Alright, a young socialist in the making, okay. Yo, dang, Blitzy Blang. Yo, this ain't right, yo. Carl Parks, someone who... This Post Malone. Dang, yo, we dang need to protect my dang music files, yo. You gotta be registered and online to listen. It's the only way to stop this. Dang, yo. I mean, again, I feel like this is another non-issue. I don't like any of the like responses here. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. If anything, okay, so it's theft. I agree with that. It is kind of theft. It is definitely theft of an artist. You're stealing music. You're illegally downloading their music. They're not getting the profits. That's hurting the industry. However, an overzealous crackdown on this, like we saw in real life, with like poor, like just like moms being thrown in the slammer for things as little as pirating a Taylor Swift song. That just shouldn't be happening. That just doesn't make sense. If anyone should be reliable, it's the music companies. Have better protection standards for your artists, and they won't be getting robbed. You know, like it's not that hard. You have millions. It's $1 billion industry. You should be easily be affording better protection. So it should be on you to protect your artists, not on the government to be enforcing such disgusting laws. I mean, it's not the same as robbing someone at gunpoint. It's not the same at all. Secure your files better. Put in better protections. I know it's simple. So as for an answer to this is stupid. And this is stupid. Government action shouldn't be the answer here. It should fall in the music industry. So again, I'm just gonna dismiss the issue. A lot of nothing going on here in Swagtopia. Morality police. Oh god. Turn down that racket, says morality police. A group of concerned Paris owners and soccer moms have petitioned the government of Swagtopia to outlaw heavy metal music, which they fear is a bad influence on youngsters. Heavy metal music is a plague on our good nation and its God-fearing people. Just the other day, I heard a song by some group called Hell's Irate Puppies, with a sinful quality of bass and drum. Oh, and there were probably some lines about killing parents, too, I'd imagine. It's vital that we ban this music and remove this terrible influence from our children's lives. Think of the children! Whoa, man. What's like censorship and stuff? You can't like censor the music, man. That's like how we express ourselves. Every bass beat is me bearing my soul. Every howl is me complaining about how my parents tried to kick me out of their basement, man. Besides, what's wrong with Satan? He's just misunderstood. I say we promote the arts, man. You know, this heavy metal issue has me thinking. If these long-haired freaks want to put out their devil-worshipping metal, why don't we let them? Of course, we'll put a little subliminal propaganda into every song. After all, don't these guys owe their freedom of expression to you? Another non-issue, I feel. Like, why would the government even, like, answer to this? This doesn't make any sense. I feel like NationStates, these issues are becoming a lot lame. Whoa, man. What's with, like, we're definitely not gonna censor them. By the way, Hell's Irate Puppies totally sounds like a legit band name. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. Really, really. Yeah, I mean, leave music as it be. I wonder if if option 2 equates to like a government stance on no, we're not gonna. No, I don't feel like spending tax dollars on the arts. But I also like don't like you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna support the stoner boys. Let them listen to their goddamn music, alright? Elevator music has been replaced by thrash metal played at maximum volume. That's what we like to hear, boys. 2 stabbed in parking dispute. Picture of electronics. That makes total. Like, listen, our Swagtopian news is so boring. Popular sitcom comes to end. Like, that's stupid. Civil rights activists. Now we're getting somewhere. Of course we are. Alright, and now that somehow affected tourism. And we've addressed 10 issues. Let's go, boys. Alright. Looks like we're on one last issue. And it's gonna be an hour before I get another issue. So this is gonna be the last one for tonight. Diving for swag butts. Divers from a local scuba club have discovered that an enormous underwater gold deposit that could be worth billions of swag butts in one of Swagtopia's lakes. It has also caused a huge debate over who should be allowed to plunder the goods. This is an excellent time to boost Swagtopia's economy and increase our foreign trade with other countries. Who cares about the people that discovered the deposit? They've done their country a great favor and should let us have the money. That's disgusting. The deposit was found by private citizens and should be their choice of what to do with the gold. If the government goes around stealing what is rightfully ours, then I shudder to think I live in such a corrupt country. These people discovered the gold. It should be their time to get rich. Never mind the fact that they were diving the lake on government property. All right, you had me completely convinced until you said that one. We should do what now? Environmentalists, do you have any idea how damaging it would be to the environment to mine the gold under that lake? Think of the aquatic life that would be disrupted or destroyed. Think of how an otherwise pristine lake view would be ruined. Forget the gold and keep those money-grubbing pigs away from nature. Very interesting indeed. See, okay, so I was thinking it was like a treasure chest of gold. No, it's like an actual like gold mine underwater. See, that's very complex. That's very interesting because like I don't actually even remember like the law specifically on this, but like if you find gold in your backyard, it's yours, right? If you find like an oil deposit behind your house, I think it's that the government will buy your land and then they can use it. So like they actually have to buy it from you. But this isn't like gold, or this isn't oil. This is literal gold. So there's like a hard money benefit from it. It's not like a resource. Well, I guess it counts as a resource. Okay, so it was on government property and found by civilians. So by that logic, yeah, it would be the government's money. If it wasn't on their property, so they're not entitled to it. Okay, so I think I might actually go with number 1 or number 3 because yeah. Environment and whatnot, but also money. Environment or money? Well, actually, it's gold. I don't think it's worth that much to take it, damage our ecosystem just for the short-term benefit of gold. If anything, we could like turn this into like a natural exhibit for tourism. If we preserve this, then we could like advertise it like, hey, it's a lake full of gold, come and see this beautiful attraction, and it can become like a national beauty or something. Yeah, fuck it, we're gonna go with number 3, protect nature. The mining industry has taken a hit from tighter environmental regulations. See, like, I feel like the fact we commented on one specific issue at one specific point in time, I guess that is just, it sets a precedent, I suppose. It sets a precedent, so I guess now people aren't mining underwater as much as they could be. I'm a man for the environment, but I'm also I'm very much a capitalist, so it hurts me. But I suppose it's a loss we have to take, I guess. Auto industry hit speed bump, outdoor camping freezes, Swagtopian parents concerned about youth employment, weed. Alright. But I feel like, develop a world-class environment. Alright. Interesting. Authoritarianism is up. Alright, good to see. But yeah, so that was a bit of a shorter episode today. Nice. While we're at it, since we have a little bit more extra time, how about we look at some of our stats here. Let's look at our economy. Private industry is taking over. Our black market's very small. Our government owns a very... this is exactly how it should be. If anything, maybe if private industry owned a little bit more, I'd be even more happy. 11.2 trillion swag bucks. 66... Wow, that's a pretty good income. 66,000. It's okay. Poorest rich. Yeah, you can just kind of browse this at your own leisure. Yeah. Look at our trend so far. Where is our economy at? Oh, it's like melded with our political freedoms. That's how I like my economy. I like my economy how I like my political freedoms. High. Alright. People. Yeah, some interesting stats we can just kind of shift through. Old age is the leading cause of death. Heart disease is close behind. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. Heart disease is the leading cause of death. Old age, not far behind. Murder. Lost in wilderness. Exposure. Murder. Okay, this is kind of worrisome. Why is our murder so high? Hasn't the weed been like helping curb out our aggression? What's going on here? Our government expenditures. I wanna. I'd want this to be higher. Education. I feel like that should be higher if we're spending anything on it. Defense, pretty high as it should be. Administration, public transit. Okay. We spend so much on law and order, yet murder is pretty high. That's very worrisome. Yeah. Fact books, policies, capitalism, cannabis. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a slower episode. I'll just scroll down so you can read our up and up. Not much change this episode. We're up to 169 million. Hey, we got the funny number. Good game, gamers. All right. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next video. Bye.